and not get lost, okay?
I'm very focused and excited on the outcomes.
We did prepare adequately, however, now that I realize it's not up to standards really, because there's some things we did overlook. However, this was a learning curve for us because the braid is a completely different animal, and it requires a lot from both the driver and co-pilot to both to be fully invested into it to ensure a finish. The terrain keeps changing from fast, smooth, rocky, rough, hilly terrains, wet and mud. So you'll experience all of that in one race at the raid. Unlike the other rallies that you hardly get to see that, depending on the weather conditions.
Learning curve, and every other stage from the first one has been an improvement on the last one. So we are definitely on the right track. So for me, it's about the accuracy of the notes, the not getting lost, and keeping your head down and just learning not to let external G-forces, when you're being thrown to this side or that side, not to let them take away from your concentration. That for me is it.
We had hidden like manholes. I wouldn't even call them potholes because they were so huge, but at the same time so hidden you can hardly tell. So coming into a turn, and probably sliding as you exit the turn, we smacked a bit, the backside, the rear tires. We smacked some holes, a pretty good one, and also on the straights. On the straights, there were times when we were thrown off by potholes that we never saw, we never anticipated, and we smacked them so hard. Thankfully, the truck's bulletproof, but we smacked them so hard. I thought we lost the steering box, we lost the wheel. I thought we were done.
Tossed in the air,
literally, and smoke coming up from the dash, and I'm like, man, that's it for us. We're done. It's over, But the truck's such bulletproof. It took them all. So raid is brutal. Raid is absolutely unforgiving. Unforgiving. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what equipment you got. It will knock you down.
Another part of the surprise was just how many hairpins there were in this event. This event, I can literally count the number of times we got to third gear. It was a first, second
affair. We came with a certain strategy of try to we start off easy, but then we pick up pace as time went on. But then that strategy went out the window, and it was just fighting to survive, to get to the finish. So the strategy was just to get to the finish, to bring the car home. Nothing else. Survival. We were just trying to survive, man. Jesus.
Before we got there, like he says, we had a strategy where we were saying, okay, on Saturday we're going to learn as much as we can, and then on Sunday, for that one pass, we're really going to gun it, and we'll have learned what we could from the route, where we stand. But then again, like he said, by Sunday we were seeking to survive.
We were praying to God to bring us home, because
see the look on his face when I said, okay, to finish. It was relief for both of us.
I mean, at some point we've gone through so many hairpin turns and the uphills and the rugged terrain, and I'm looking at the terror trip, and it's reading 31 kilometers so far we've covered. 31, and we're like 55 kilometers left.
You're not even halfway.
So I'm trying not to think about the the end here, just to pace myself and try and gather as much mileage as we possibly could.
As he's doing that, there is no power steering.
Yeah.
We are struggling. It is strikingly hot.
Oh man, that was a nightmare. When we lost power steering, Jesus Christ, man, that was a nightmare for us because the race became extremely difficult. And when he mentions, a hairpin left or a hairpin right, I'm like, oh my, not again, not
Do
again.
a 3 or 4.10.
Yes.
Come in, reverse, go forward again, reverse again. Then.
Man, that was a nightmare. So we had vehicles, like I think we had like 2 vehicles pass us, and I was like, I'm not even gonna chase. The highlight was to see my family. To see the family at the spectator stage. We saw them in their t-shirts and those screaming our name. I mean, I could hear them, but I couldn't tell who that was. That was the extra boost I needed because we were so exhausted from driving, without power steering. We're barely hanging in there. And then I see these guys, I see my family screaming and cheering us. I think they were like probably the last people at the spectator stage. So they're like, just to realize that they were the only ones waiting for us to pass through. That was very heartwarming. And he gave me the extra energy I had left to power through to the finish. Yeah.
I also want to point out that there's a feeling when you're out in the stage, out there, there's a feeling, especially the time that we were there, it was becoming dark, and we were probably 60 or 70 clicks into the end of the stage. There's a feeling of aloneness, that you start to realize, oh God, we're in a bush on our own.
And so she cannot die on us now.
Exactly, that's what
she cannot die on us now.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, we got to make sure no monkey business.
Yes.
We're not pulling any heroics.
Yeah.
We just want to get through the stage to the finish, because something goes.
Even a puncture.
Yeah, even a flat.
You can't.
Remember, we've been driving against buffaloes and all sorts of wild animal buffaloes and giraffes and zebras and whatnot. So that alone would send chills at that time when you start thinking about a vehicle breaking down and you trying to find some help or get some help. It's success for us because this was a first rally raid. We had never done a rally raid before. There's a lot that we've learned and we're still unpacking. Now that after we finished the rally raid, we're still unpacking this race. But just to look at it in hindsight, it has, I think, the fact that we've gotten through the rally raid and finished, I think it's a win for us. It's a success for this new dynamic team that we're working with here, and I believe come the next season, we're hoping to be better prepared than we were at this previous raid. It's going to be a lot more different, and and I hope that we can maintain the consistency, but also improve on our timings as well.
For me, I think it's the fact that the rally ends when you're starting to get everything right.
Oh yes, I
so
agree.
You wish you just had one more stage.
Agreed.
To get this perfect.
Agreed.
So that's the feeling, yeah. And like he says, it's a learning curve. the syncing in the car is better, the syncing with the route is better, but then boom, you've run out of kilometers.
And you know, this what happened at the Jim Heather Hayes race.
Same thing, yeah.
The last race, last stage,
Was perfect.
you know, was perfect. We went so well, and then suddenly the race is over, and I'm itching to do another stage altogether, another you know, another day, full day altogether. So it's the same that happens to us with the rally raid. We got to the end, but we were like, nah, man, this can't be it. I mean, are you sure we're done? You know, because we're ready for another stage. You know, we're good to go. We were so switched on and hyped up. Everything kind of synced. You know, finally it synced, and then the race is over.
But just so you know, the longest 87 kilometers of our lives, both of us.
Yes.
The longest and toughest 87 kilometers of our lives.
I think the previous Jim Heather Hayes, we ran 87 kilometers 3 times in a day, and they were not as brutal as what we experienced on this one.
Yeah.
This one made it super long. Like there's a touch of rhino charge to it, in the sense that there were areas where we literally crawled our way out, literally, because of the terrain.
Also, the Jim Heather Hayes didn't have half as many hairpins. It was open, so the car was moving a bit faster.
Yes,
There was air coming.
yes.
You had time in between corners.
Yes.
Here you've got one hairpin to another.
Exactly.
Another to another.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you can't even blink.
Exactly.
Blink and you're off the course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The preparation made a big impact on this race. We also had, you know, courtesy of our sponsors, Mobifin and or other individuals, Saimi and Lizzie. They came through and provided tires, brand new tires for the truck, which also, I think,
Huge grip difference.
impacted probably, I'll probably say 75-80% of it, you know.
Tires. We're used to running on old tires, so the grip was.
Yeah, I mean, believe it or not, we were gonna drive in faith. In this race, we were gonna drive in faith because we had the previous tires that we raced in the Jim Heather Hayes, which had served 3 seasons 12 years ago. 3 seasons 12 years ago. And then we raced at the Jim Heather Hayes 1,000 kilometers for 3 days in those tires with no flats. So we had overstretched our luck on this one, because there was no way in hell that we would have managed through the really difficult terrain that we all experienced in this raid. So the next big thing is after unpacking the race, we prep ourselves for the next season. Our hope and prayer is that we are able to cover all the rounds of the season for the rally raid, as well as the marathon events, which is the Legends Rally that happens in Nanyuki annually. So that we got that one, and I think there still might be another tighter event happening. But our main priority now is to see that we can take part in all the 4 rounds of the rally raid, as well as
the co-driver were really, they made us proud. In fact, already much has been said by them, but I can tell you for a fact, just to see the resilience and the endurance it brought a lot of joy and happiness. In fact, it superseded our expectations. So definitely it has secured, you know, the team morale for future events that will be ahead. We're actually looking forward for more rally raids, courtesy of this rally raid which has just passed.